We are in New York City and we're going to show you the fun things you can do here. Our first stop is Museum of Arts and Design.
This museum is dedicated to contemporary and historic innovation in craft, art, and design.
This is the Haircraft project, and in this one the artist worked with black hairstylists.
In this video, some people visit a barber shop and the barbers tell them that if they read a poem, they get a free haircut.
Here's the Confederate truce flag, but at a much larger scale.
We just made a Confederate truce flag, and it looks like the real one. Well, almost.
We're inside one of the studios for the resident artists, and here are the steps to build ceramics. This gallery is called Craft Front and Center, and it's the MADS permanent collection. In this piece, the artist uses glass armor, both in video and in sculpture, to show the protective scales of animals like the armadillo or pangolin. And that is the Museum of Art and Design.
My favorite part was the interactive exhibits. There's a good amount of them in here, so there's a lot of things for kids. Plus, I really like the exhibit with the scales.
There was a lot of cool stuff to see and do, and some of the workshops didn't start till 2 p.m. and we're here earlier in the morning, so I think it might be better to come a little later in the day, and also on the weekends is when they have more workshops. Behind me is the vessel, and you used to be able to go up, but unfortunately some people thought that it was a great idea to jump off it, so they had to shut it down. Now we're on the High Line, which used to be an old elevated railroad track, and the walk is around a mile. This used to be the track, I guess. This is the farthest northwest we'll go on the High Line because it's blocked off over there, and we get a pretty good view of the Hudson River. And now we're gonna walk all the way south a mile. There's a lot of public art along the High Line, and this is just the first of many. There's some really interesting buildings like this one here. Here's another cool building. Over there we see a fake monk, and a couple of tourists just fell for his trap. So he gave them like a bracelet, and now I think they have to give him money or something. Yeah, the High Line just ends abruptly there. Our next stop is ARTECHOUSE.
This is an innovative art space blending art, science, and technology through immersive digital exhibitions.
I'm getting really dizzy here. This exhibit is called Ashe, and it's from a London-based digital artist. And this is like West African art, and Ashe means so will it be. Whoa. Is it like we're on a ride? This board has descriptions of each of the 17 scenes, and I think my favorite was scene number 16 with the African women who seemed to be floating or something. Overall, this was an amazing digital experience because it combines some retro things like the traditions and the ancient figures and symbols with the future, and I've never seen anything quite like this. There's an African mask, which is like the old part, with the futuristic city that I kind of wish we could live in.
My favorite part in this movie is when they kept showing circles going out and out and out, more and more circles. It was very calming. But one thing I do have to say, if you are standing, you will get very dizzy.
Now we're at Little Island. It's off the West Side Highway and along the Hudson River.
This is a unique floating park featuring lush green spaces, an amphitheater, and stunning views of the Hudson River and New York City skyline.
Okay, spin it, spin it. Over here is a little amphitheater that faces towards the Hudson River. And that's Little Island. It's a nice little artificial island. And brother, what'd you think of it?
It's a park, it's an island, and it has nice trails.
The thing that I'm always gonna remember about this is how windy it was. Now we're at the Whitney Museum of American Art. We're here on Free Friday night, which is when the museum is free for all, but you do have to pre-book your ticket. The first exhibit is called Aaron, and Aaron is that coding software you see up there that makes drawings. This is a machine the artist created to make drawings from code. So this is like basic code that was created in 1973 that can't actually draw anything. And then over there is more advanced code that makes people. This is one of the most perplexing contemporary art things I've seen because it's a day. What's so significant about it? It's not telling me.
This painting reminds me of a subway station.
On this floor is Whitney's collection from 1900 to 1965. It's daughter 1, daughter 2, daughter 3, and daughter 4. And that's the Whitney Museum of American Art.
My favorite part was Aaron. It was really cool to see the computer generation just draw out all that stuff, especially the people. That was very impressive.
This is a huge museum, and I love how they provide a day where people can come for free. There was so much to see at this museum. I especially loved the outdoor sections and exhibits. And there were a lot of parts we skipped over too because this place is just so big. There's 8 floors. Our final stop is Field of Light at Freedom Plaza. We've seen this exhibit once before in Paso Robles, California, more in the countryside, and that one was way bigger and more impressive. This one is much smaller, but I guess the good thing is that it's free and the other one wasn't. So anyways, we're just gonna walk around. We should be out in 15 minutes. I can already see the end of it. One thing that's better here than the one in California is that here the lights are in water, so you can see the reflections of the buildings. I think the one in Paso Robles was solar powered, so if the artist used the same technology, then this one should be solar powered too. And that is Field of Light at the Freedom Plaza.
I really liked all the different colored lights that are put all throughout the whole field. You do get some great photos from different angles.
This is a very quick stop. I'm glad that we came just to see this again one more time, and I was kind of impressed by the reflections with the purple light. I wouldn't say that this is a must-do in New York City, but if you're in the area, it's pretty cool, and it's free.
See you in the next video. Bye!